because this comes up in the CTV pre-roll conversation. So we run a 15, a 30, and I'm like, the average consumer doesn't really make good decisions in 5 seconds. So unless they're in Austin or Nashville and it's a different party. So you have to understand that the question isn't finding the 2 second consumer. You want the people who are going to take the entire narrative behind a long established brand and make the long-term decision to stay with you. And that actually might be a 90-second conversation, which is why people started using creators, because they couldn't accomplish it in a 60-second spot. So it's one thing to say, hey, we want a 15-second spot because viewer completion is higher because people have more 15-second attention spans than 30s. They're rigging the machine. And look, if that's the game you're in and you want to play the optics for a client, great. Clients will figure it out. I always tell people, clients aren't stupid, they're just busy. They get unbusy and start to figure it out. So you have to play the long game and say, hey, we got to sell a message because the top marketer who opened this session says we have to sell these brands and hit these numbers. And that is still a 60-second to 10-minute conversation beyond the all warnings of anything you consume. And that's the business you have to be in, because that's the business that sustains the brand. And I have nothing against the creating creative that pops in the first second. It should, because you can put people to sleep in a very short attention span world. But if attention is the cash value of time, then you need to be creating stuff that creates attention that is worth the money.